I hate everybody. I told y'all 5 points ruined my weekend. For y'all who haven't understood what I mean by 5 points is my Gators lost by 2 points, 18-16, and the Atlanta Falcons lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-20. It is no place where 5 points can ruin your whole Saturday and Sunday but Atlanta, and in my heart. That's it.
All right, so where you want to start? Because I got a lot to say. Let's do. Okay, let's talk about. You watched the game? Did you actually?
Yes.
Were you able to watch? Okay, so let's start out with.
Unfortunately,
let's start out with. We're gonna do offense, defense, and coaching. Let's do that. So offense started out. That first drive I was like, oh, we look amazing.
50-yard touchdown reception from Bijan Robinson.
But Penix was dotting it. He's throwing it to everybody. He was spreading the ball around, and then Bijan did Bijan things. He just caught the ball and said, I'm faster than you. You're not going to catch me. He made one guy miss, and that was it. And I was like, oh, okay. We up 7-0. And then our defense was playing well. And then the second quarter happened, and I was like, the Bucs have settled down. And we didn't score a touchdown again until the last drive of the game, which is very indicative of last year when we would score, then we would do field goal, and then nothing and score at the end of the game. Overall on offense, I like Michael Penix. I would like to see him scramble a little more. He is trying to he does stay in the pocket to the very last second, which helped out a lot. But at some point, which he did scramble at the end of the game, you're gonna have to use your legs. I hate to say it, go study Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield didn't have a good game at all. But at the end of the day,
Baker, and I know y'all, number one, I told y'all Baker was a real deal. And everybody else was like, no, he sucks. I said, no, he's tough. He's resilient. Now, will it always look good? Hell no. This did not look good. But one thing that you have with Baker is as long as the game is relatively close, you in it. He ain't a quitter. I will say I also saw the same thing from Michael Penix. Michael Penix, I've spoken about a quarterback here who I think is a front runner, and I think that he had all the tools in the world, but just if he got down, towel on the head, crying the car type of thing. Michael Penix, very unbothered. Mm-hmm. And this is a game where you could have and should have probably been bothered. He stayed resilient. He played tough. I feel very confident we have our quarterback. That is the one thing that I feel most confident about.
From a player standpoint on offense,
they scooping Bears up off the ground like that.
The Vikings decided to turn up in the fourth quarter, 20-0.
I don't know how everybody on your whole team could be hurt on one play, but in fact, every Chicago Bear is on.
I'm watching it right now. It's everybody down.
You know, in the cartoon where they run out with a stretcher and they got the two guys that it's just scoop them all up, bro.
I mean, even Kyle, and this will be my last point about the players on offense. Penix hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 different receivers, and he really should have hit 6. I'm not gonna yell at you, Cordero, because you're an HBCU grad, but you should have caught that touchdown.
I agree.
At the end of the game, it was right. You just didn't see. I don't know what you saw, but you should have caught that touchdown. But from a player standpoint, skill standpoint, we look good. Offensive line. We did all that talking about being a good run blocking team. Shout out to Elijah Wilkinson. You had 2 offside false starts. Other than that, you weren't really that bad. But
no, especially coming into the situation you came to.
We got to be able to run the ball. And we look like we missed the center that we left go to Chicago because we couldn't run the ball with. They put Vita Vea over Noozle, and he just ate him for lunch.
I will say Vita Vea is a tough matchup. It's
tough intro to your starting to gig.
Yeah. That is quick reality check. I do like Bijan, 6 receptions, 100 yards. Get it how you live. Kyle Pitts, 7 receptions, 60 yards. Solid game. When Drake went out with the injury, you popped up. I wish we could have got you kind of going a little bit earlier, but when we needed you, you showed up. Drake London had an okay game to me.
He was heating up though. When he got hurt in the third quarter, he was heating up. I was like, they hit him like 4 straight passes. I said,
that's the thing. I was like, man, as he's getting it, when it found like he was finally getting into his rhythm, they believe, and I'm only telling you what they believe is I saw a doctor I got a guy who I follow on Instagram who can tell every injury before it happens. They believe that it's a sprained AC joint. Hopefully it's not a full week out. If not, then it's kind of a problem because we're also missing Darnell Mooney, who we need.
We needed him.
Absolutely.
Casey Washington's good, but we need Mooney.
Casey Washington, solid job. Ray McLeod. When I'm telling you, when Drake London went out, and you really looking like, well, we out there with the special teamers at receiver now. Penix. One thing, Penix can spin it.
Yeah, he got an arm, dog.
And I'm gonna tell you, if you're a cornerback and that receiver and any receiver runs a deep out, it's tight. It ain't your fault. You can go ahead and tell your coach that when you watch it. That's Penix's best ball is a deep out.
Yeah, and he hits it every time too.
Every time.
Unfortunately, the offense was just missing that's what Mooney is the speed element. And when you don't have the speed element, you can kind of blitz and kind of sit in the zone, which is what they did in the second and third quarter.
I'm overly upset is missing Mooney, even though they were missing Godwin. Like I told you, I think the Bucs are probably a better constructed team, and that wide receiver depth really helps. When you can still go to Emeka, I can't never say his name right.
Emeka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka. 4 receptions, 67 yards, 2 tutties. 30 was his longest. And then also, I mean, just having Tez Johnson on the field as a guy who's that fast, you have to be able to watch him too. They just have depth that I wanted us to get, but I didn't know how we could, that's why I kept like, oh man, it would be nice to have Amari Cooper or old boy that went to the Chargers. And we just didn't go get that next guy. This is kind of for this type of situation. I don't know if there's anything left over in the, out of the misfit toys that anybody would be interested in. So I think that we kind of got to rock with what we got. What I will say though, once again, when I saw Ray McLeod go out there as wide receiver 1, he did everything you could ask of. And I was like, oh Lord.
I don't necessarily agree that they have more wide receiver depth than us. You got Mike Evans, Drake London. You have Emeka Egbuka.
No. Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is better than Darnell Mooney. No disrespect, it just is. Their wide receiver 3
is Chris Godwin at this point. It's going to be Chris Godwin. Egbuka is going to be wide receiver 2.
I mean, and therein lies the story. Our wide receiver 3, Ray McLeod, solid, but he ain't Emeka Egbuka. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but I mean, we shut Cade Otton out. Who he now they said he was hurt, but we shut Cade Otton out. I mean, we really stopped the run. They ain't really run for a lot of yards. It was really Baker Mayfield he was the leading rusher. Like I don't really think that they that much better than us offensively. What they have is a Vita Vea, and we could not get a 4th down. And I'm gonna get the coaching. I wanted to separate coaching by itself because I'm gonna cuss everybody out. Yeah. But
I definitely think that's our coaching staff let us down big in this game.
But in terms of offense, we were good, and in terms of defense, I was very impressed with the blitz packages that Ulbrich had. I was extremely happy to see us. We were getting to the quarterback. I was happy to see his philosophy come to life of being an attacking, penetrating defensive line and all of that. I also said, hey, we don't have a defensive lineman over 300 pounds. what they got going in the second and third quarter, and we just committed to run blitzing after that, is they got going running the ball. Now, they didn't rush for a lot of yards, but they got all their yards rushing basically in the second and third quarter.
Right.
So that was frustrating to me, was that part. But in terms of everything else, I give our offense probably a B. I give our defense probably a B, maybe a C, because Jesse Bates got baited. And shout out to the Buccaneers offensive coordinator. He saw it. There's 2 plays. And shout out to Mike Hughes.
I got one for you, dude.
I shout out to Mike Hughes. I'm not gonna say anything because I was on your ass after the game, but when I went back and looked at it. So the first play was Baker Mayfield missed a wide open touchdown. Cade Otton ran a deep out, and Baker Mayfield and Jesse Bates had the deep third in whatever zone I think there was a cover 2. So whatever zone they were running, Jesse Bates bit trying to make a play, and Cade Otton was wide open, like 15 yards away from everybody else. And Baker Mayfield missed him. And he said, "My bad." And I said, "Hey, they're going to come back to that." They did. Instead of Cade Otton running the out, they hit Egbuka running the post. And for whatever reason, Jesse Bates bid on Mike Evans, who was triple covered. It was the right defense. He was triple covered, and they knew he was going to bite on it, and they threw it right behind him. And Mike Hughes was in cover 3 zone, wasn't supposed to have that zone. And Baker Mayfield was late, but because Jesse Bates had already, he bid 15 yards. He was gone, and he knew it. And they baited him, and that was the touchdown with 1:59 seconds left.
Caden Ellis.
So,
Go ahead. I thought
because Jesse Bates, that's why I give him a C. I love Jesse Bates. He's probably more than likely the best safety in the league. You can't have those Superman Troy Polamalu moments where you just break from the defense and scheme and decide to do that and get burnt. And they saw it. When you did it the first time, I said they're gonna come back to that, and they did. That was frustrating for me. What you got?
Caden Ellis, you can't miss Baker Mayfield on that sack. They sent you. You had nobody touched you, and you just let Baker shake you off. That was another one that quite possibly could have ended the game. 2 big highlights, though, I want to say, and I want to give a shout out to Terry Fontenot, Xavier Watts, Billy Bowman. Fantastic games.
Xavier could have ended the game twice. But you're right. Go ahead.
And I will say, Xavier Watts, you look like our new safety.
Man.
I like, and I'm going to pause myself before I say this. But in the job of filling holes, we have done it. I think that Watts at that safety position, Bates at that safety position, Billy Bowman as the nickel back, and AJ Terrell. Now, cornerback 2. I think Asante Samuel is still available. Somebody should at least kick the tires on that, because that's all. Like, we need that. We need that so bad. And
Mike Hughes wasn't bad though.
It wasn't, but I'm still looking to upgrade.
Yes, I agree.
I think that, and I feel like all the rest of those positions, I feel as comfortable as you can after one game. Y'all know me. I'm not knee-jerk reaction. Oh, this is the best ever because of one game. They play very good against an offense that is a very solid, respectable offense, missing one guy and with a hurt tight end. So I'm going to temper my expectations because I do have to understand their realities. And let's get on to coaching.
So for Raheem, here at the SplashCast, we say the same thing. I think we said it now 4 years in a row. When you hit your wagon to somebody that you know has failed you, you are going to lose your job. It was Arthur Smith and Desmond Ritter. It was
You
and
gonna
whoever
lose
else you
your
want to
job.
do.
You gonna lose
You
your
keep
job.
doing the same thing over and over again, you gonna lose your job. Younghoe Koo should have been cut last year. He missed 10 field goals. That's unheard of for a kicker.
Yeah,
Now he was hurt.
They're
but
trying to because at one point Younghoe Koo was one of the best kickers in NFL history.
He was 95%. He was amazing.
Then he ain't.
Fell off like a running back.
But one thing you have to understand is what I say all the time. Y'all talk to me crazy about. You don't pay people for what they have done for you. You pay them for what they can do for you. Let me tell you, unhook your little red wagon from Younghoe Koo. That thing has come and it has gone. And if you double down on dumb, I'm going to tell you right now, it's some guys who are going to be looking for jobs. And I'm already telling you, Mike McDaniel will be the offensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons because they're going to fire him.
Yeah. And speaking of firing, hey, Zach Robinson, bro, I don't see any improvement in play calling from last year to this year.
0.
You did the exact same thing.
Them stupid ass fourth down dives. Oh my God. And this is the thing. Sometimes you have to have enough sense to understand. It's like playing Madden against somebody like one of your friends, and they're just going to key on one guy and make sure that he doesn't beat you. That's what the Buccaneers did. They said, what we won't do is let Bijan Robinson run all over us. And that's all they did. And instead of saying, hey, let's use him as a decoy, even though the guys on the telecast said it 75 times, I don't know why they keep doing this. Why don't they use Bijan as a decoy? And I'm thinking, well, at least I'm not the only person who thinks this. It's embarrassing. Surely embarrassing.
F. I give you an F. Because I'll give you a D minus. Pause if necessary. You started out the game, Zach. That scripted first 15 plays was fantastic.
Well, a lot of that, was fit. It's just Bijan Robinson making people miss in the open field. He ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, that's that one play. But in terms of the first two drives, they were crisp. You could tell that was the script. When it comes to making adjustments, bro, you get out coached every single time. And at the beginning of the game, you came out and you had Bijan Robinson and Algier on the field. And I was like, oh, yeah, here we go. And immediately went right down the field.
You know what I said? I was like, he finally did the one thing that we didn't talk about for 100 weeks in a row was, hey, man, play all the good people at one time.
Algier didn't see the field again to the fourth quarter. I was like, what the hell? And you keep trying to force feed Bijan. I don't know if it's in his contract. I don't know what's happening. But you have to play Algier. Even the commentator said it when we got stuffed on 4th and 1 by Vita Vea. They were like, bro, why would you not have Algier in there? He played linebacker in college, right? Like, he is a short yardage, tough back that you need. I don't understand it. I don't understand Zach Robinson on 3rd and goal, on 2nd and goal. On 1st and goal, coming out in the wishbone and running a damn sweep, and we end up getting tackled in the backfield at the 4, at the 5. So now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. You did the same stupid ass shit against Kansas City last year. It was the same thing. And you took the ball off the line of scrimmage and they stopped us for a 4th and goal to win the game. You did the same stupid ass shit. I don't understand it. I don't understand your play calling. I don't understand what you're trying to do. Now, I will give you credit. Darnell Mooney was out. Drake London got hurt. So you out there with Casey Washington, Ray, and all of that. But
they ain't got nothing to do with the play caller.
Why the hell didn't you run Algier when you got all them people that was hurt? Who's supposed to be the number one running offensive line?
That ain't
what the hell are you doing?
Do the play calling. The plays were called stupidly.
I love that I saw Kyle Pitts. I love that I saw Kyle Pitts 7. I mean, he was going. Our offense actually was really starting to kick off when Drake London got hurt, because then you couldn't guard anybody. Casey Washington is a good wide receiver 4. but he's a
I
4.
will say that's the reason. It's the biggest issue with me and Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris is I think that Terry Fontenot does a good job of finding guys and making them available for Raheem Morris to call stupid plays. But I think we beat this and they beat us.
Yeah, one more coach I got to cuss out though. Ulbrich. I'm cool with blitzing. Ulbrich, I'm cool with blitzing, but I am not okay that we cannot get pressure on the quarterback from our front 4. And we got to be able to stop the run. Are the Vikings really about to trick us off?
What are you talking? No. You want to know why the Vikings not going to trick it off? Because the Bears call a play, send DJ Moore in motion, and snap the ball, and it hits him.
Oh, they fumbled?
No, illegal shift. This is just peak stupidity. I'm done with the Falcons. See y'all next week.
Man, we got to figure out. We need a defensive tackle to just sit in front of. If you don't run this defense, you need a defensive tackle to just sit in front of the line and in front of the center and guard. And you're gonna need another defensive tackle. You got to stop the run. They weren't bad. WWE might find y'all for the name.
They ain't finding nothing around here.